Every civilization survives by striking a deal with its geography. To weather fire and flood, a city must remember its rivers and respect its forests. 12 centuries ago, the founders of Ekamra Kshetra operated as sophisticated climate engineers, embedding environmental resilience into the city's very foundation. They designed an integrated environmental system with striking precision, threading settlements between sacred groves and aligning streets to catch southwesterly breezes. To survive 6 months of punishing summer heat, they carved out a vast network of stone-walled tanks. These structures captured the monsoon and drove it down into the porous laterite aquifer, creating an underground cooling reservoir. The city's spiritual reverence for nature functioned as its primary survival mechanism, merging sacred devotion with essential municipal utility. That 1,200-year-old system was dismantled in a single generation. Satellite data from 2000 to 2025 shows Bhubaneswar's dense vegetation collapsed by 89%. Simultaneously, concrete surfaces expanded by 83%, creating severe thermal corridors peaking 6 degrees Celsius above the rural baseline. Below ground, the impact is equally severe. By paving over permeable soil and encroaching on ancient drainage channels like the Gangua Nallah, the city choked off its own flood control arteries. Without that natural drainage, a routine monsoon rainfall pools on the surface and triggers catastrophic flash floods, causing recurring damage and risking lives. This is a localized engineering failure. The city severed the interlocking system of tree canopy, water bodies, and permeable soil that once kept it safe. To repair this collapse, Dr. Kapileshwar Mishra authored the Bhubaneswar Climate Sovereignty Doctrine, a strict scientific roadmap to restore the city's natural infrastructure by 2036. The doctrine establishes 5 strictly quantified climate missions. Mission 1 is the Green Ring, a 50 to 70 kilometer continuous forest perimeter acting as a massive carbon sink and thermal buffer. Mission 2 is the 100 Lakes mission, mandating the total survey, desilting, and restoration of every historic water body. Mission 3, One Citizen, One Tree, assigns residents as the legal guardians of native trees, tracking survival rates via a publicly auditable blockchain ledger. These missions represent binding structural shifts that decentralize climate defense, placing the survival of the city directly into the hands of its residents. Mission 4 creates cool corridors by planting an unbroken double row of native canopy shading across all 8 major arterial roads. We know this works because developing cities have already done it. Curitiba used integrated rapid transit and green corridors to successfully outrun urban sprawl on a limited municipal budget. Mission 5 is the Sponge City. By replacing impermeable concrete with infiltration trenches, Bhubaneswar can exploit its natural laterite geology to actively drink the monsoon. Copenhagen proved this model by building cloudburst parks that turn chronic flooding from a massive liability into a highly valued civic space. Rotterdam achieved similar results, engineering lowered water plazas that manage floodwater while simultaneously raising surrounding real estate value. Bhubaneswar doesn't need to invent new science or import foreign blueprints. It only needs to apply these proven principles to the ancient geography it already has. The real power of this doctrine lies in its legal foundation. It requires absolutely no new legislation to execute. Under Indian law, Articles 21 and 48A guarantee a clean environment as a non-derogable right, placing a strict duty on the state. Delaying this is a continuing breach of those obligations and basic international agreements, essentially borrowing the earth without a repayment schedule. The end goal is to build a legally bound, scientifically managed urban center where our modern development finally answers to nature. It requires a commitment to the Ekamra Pledge. Every tree planted is a climate shield. Every lake restored is a water bank. Every law enforced is a promise to the unborn. Bhubaneswar chose memory 9 centuries ago to survive the climate. To survive tomorrow, it must make that same choice today, using science as its scripture.